You're jamming with the hottest disc jockey. Exclusive hot new mix. This DJ is breaking all the knobs off. Let's go. Hot shit. Here it comes.
I can't bafana bakithi.
Yeah, we are here. We are gathered here. By 9, we should be done with this. Done. By 9, we should be done with this. We greet you in the name of public opinion.
The court of public opinion.
Yes, the court of public opinion. We greet you. Obviously, if you speak more, you are bound to make mistakes, right? Right? I mean,
in a court of law, when you are given the platform to tell your story,
you end up telling more.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Guys, please make sure that you subscribe.
Please.
And make sure that you smash that like button.
Please.
Otherwise, we're going to keep on reminding you and we might lose our train of thoughts.
And we don't want that.
You don't want that. You don't want the judge to lose the train of thought.
Yeah.
So do the right thing. Manage yourself as the management. But here it comes.
It comes. Yeah, so today's court proceedings had a lot of drama. Hi guys, welcome back to the Mzansi Reality YouTube channel. We tell it like it is over here. And for this segment, we're following the trial of the Senzo Meyiwa court case. And we would like to keep you updated. And also, we want to hear from you guys what you thought of everything that is happening with regards to the case. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe because we bring it. We do our best.
We call it as it is. We don't have time to bush around, right? Yeah. So keep us going there. Tell us what we missed. Keep on telling us. Keep on talking to us. See, we have the first commenter in Moody Mukwena.
Hi Moody Mukwena.
And then Tobile Mkiz.
Hi Tobile.
Yeah. So let us read and let us roll.
Okay, now the trial resumed with Advocate Baloyi, the prosecutor apologizing for yesterday's postponement and saying the witness is here today. Baloyi spoke about literally the witness being chased by members of the media. This has petrified and unsettled the witness.
Yeah.
So now, earlier in the morning, I happened to come across the footage. It was uploaded on a certain news channel on Facebook.
Yeah.
And they were literally chasing Tumelo Madlala with cameras and obviously wanting him to answer some of the questions that they perhaps had for him, right?
Yeah.
And they went to go and follow him with the cameras. Then he started rushing and running, trying to maybe lose track of them, but it wasn't working. They were running obviously behind him. He went into another courtroom to try and hide there, and they followed him because it can't lock, and he was walking with a certain lady, and then they put the camera in his face in that courtroom, and they finally got a hold of him. They asked him a few questions like how he was feeling, things like that. He obviously didn't want to talk to them, and then he went into a certain room and locked himself in there, and that's what happened in the footage.
Yeah.
So now, during the trial, when it resumed at 10:34 in the morning, it was now Advocate Baloyi saying that they had petrified him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Playing guilty.
Yeah, so Baloyi said that it is the type of conduct by members of the media that might imperil the state's case. Intrusive and overbearing conduct is a cause for serious concern. Baloyi said that adding that guidelines for the media need to be laid down. Now there was this big word, guidelines, and it seems like the media has been given guidelines on how to conduct themselves in this court proceedings.
Yeah.
I don't know those guidelines. They obviously forgot, but I don't necessarily blame them in this incident because Tumelo appeared in the documentary.
Yeah.
Tumelo is a public figure now. I mean, that documentary was international. You know, it was watched by people all over the world on Netflix. And now you are sort of a sudden shy. I don't know what to call it.
He was shooting from home at some point. He's home.
He's home. So they even went to the house, the Spaza house.
There is no secret.
So I was very perplexed as to his behaving like that. All he had to do was to say no comment.
No comment.
I can't speak to you before I go to court.
No
Can
comment.
I go to court first?
Yes.
Stop it.
No comment.
You know, so for him to actually be running like that, I was very, very troubled and disturbed. I was like,
no comment would have solved this thing. No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
You
They
keep
were
on
not
saying
going to
that.
eat you. They were not going to attack you.
Yeah.
No comment.
No
and
comment.
that's it.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what was happening with him doing all of the running and hiding and sitting,
Theatrics.
all of the drama. I was like, no, this doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right.
So it was, I think, Emil, it was a setup. You know,
think so?
I think it was a setup.
Tell us.
Because
What do you think?
if you are going to let your eyewitness walk towards the main door where other people can come in, what
And
are you
on
expecting?
top of that, he was late.
And on top of that, he was late. A grandstand. Like, you come in late and that's okay. Well, I'm going to use the main door.
And the journalist must leave you alone.
No one is guiding you. No one is protecting you.
No
nothing.
police.
It was a setup for this commotion. And obviously,
You're a
as
journalist.
journalists who
You
are
want
told
the story.
to run after everyone, they're going to do it. But Isalda, don't ever do that thing. Don't ever do it, Criselda or Cresida. Don't
It's
ever do that.
Griselda and Tikelelo and the other one from Newsroom
and the friend
Africa.
who actually made
And Nisi, I think that's the name.
You guys don't ever do that thing. Ever, ever, ever play with our hearts. We are serious about this thing. And then you gave these people whatever they
It was
wanted.
excitement, adrenaline.
What training? What are you gonna get? Wait for this person.
Anything.
These people have been going around the court, and they were right in saying that. It was just crazy. But guys, I mean, are you done with the whole session of the morning? Like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Judge Maumela said that the behavior of the media of chasing the new witnesses described by Baloyi would have been done deliberately. Maumela asked why the media is still involved in this case if they're behaving in a manner Baloyi described. It was so serious that the witness had to take refuge in one of the rooms. Baloyi said that advocate Mshololo for the fifth accused, Fisokuhle Ntule and Titi Tobani, attorneys of the first four accused, are aware of the media's behavior.
Yeah.
Judge Maumela said that the media is not above the law, and it is totally unacceptable for the manner in which the witness was chased. Baloyi says strict guidelines should be reinforced as members of the media, and Maumela said that the court order lies should help identify the reporters who chased the witness. Those who are responsible need to be identified and engaged with. Maumela said Advocate Mshololo named the media houses, which were SABC, ENCA, and Newsroom Africa. She says those publications need to be banned. Now, I had a problem with that.
Not only the problem. I told you about this Mshololo woman.
Hey, and you said it.
She's I don't understand her. She's neutral, that one. I don't know whether she's neutral
Yes,
or...
you said it. You said we should not trust her.
I do not understand Mshololo's behavior. We're all pissed off by that, obviously.
Because I can understand reprimanding, I can understand this reprimanding that needed to happen.
And Titi stood up.
Banned.
Titi stood up and Titi tried to submit Nkosi yami. We manje ke Mr. Afroman is vele ayikhona akamuzu Titi uvela mhlafune nengubo zakhe konke kanye kanye. He doesn't feel that guy. He doesn't feel that guy. But wait, Emil, wait. Before we go deep, I want to clarify something.
Okay.
I was waiting for these 100 viewers.
All right.
This is this gata that I'm getting.
All right.
Because I'm like a dog with a bone.
All right.
I once I taste the blood, then I'm gonna go deep, up.
Go deeper.
Yeah.
Go deeper.
So guys, smash that subscribe button. Obviously, I'm not gonna say this without smashing that subscribe button. Obviously,
and the like button, please.
the lawyers were not
button.
going to say this thing, The lawyers are not going to say this thing. But if they are watching, good for them. Good.
Okay,
good,
can I go?
Yeah.
Can I put a story on the table of what happened in case?
Yeah.
Okay, so Tobani asked that the reporters not be banned, fearing legal consequences on media freedom, but Maumela disagreed. Okay, we cannot allow a travesty to unfold because we are afraid that people will take us on in a legal point of view. Maumela said that saying the misdemeanor have been done deliberately, and Tobani said he doesn't want to argue with the court and accepts that the named publications could be removed. Maumela said the court won't delay because of errant media. Those who are responsible are going to step out of the courtroom, Maumela ordered this morning. Between broadcasting and making the witnesses feel safe, I choose the latter, Maumela said. But he asked that a break be taken for the court before he made his final decision.
Yeah.
Now, another story that I've got here, it says that between broadcasting and making the witness feel safe, I choose the latter. Okay, court adjourns for a few minutes. So the trial resumes with Advocate Baloyi, the prosecutor saying that the reporters who behaved in that manner, Baloyi called reprehensible manner, have been removed. So those journalists were banned from the court this morning.
Hey, oh, Cressida.
Baloyi called Tumelo Brian Madlala to the witness stand. Tumelo was Meyiwa's childhood friend. Now, Tumelo was not shown. The cameras.
He was afraid of a camera all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, after appearing at an international documentary. Now he's afraid of the cameras.
Yeah.
Tumelo Madlala is the first witness to be called by the state witness that was in the house when Meyiwa was fatally shot. Madlala had been sworn in and says he will tell only the truth. Baloyi begins to ask the witness questions, asking him where he is from. Madlala says he is originally from Port Shepstone, but is now based in Mlazi. Madlala says he knows Meyiwa, adding he was the best friend. We all come from Mlazi. We used to play for the same team, London Cosmos. Madlala added that he is not sure how long he and Meyiwa were friends, but they went to school together. Seeing that he was staying in Gauteng, when he would go home before reaching his house, he would start by me, Madlala said, explaining this close relationship he had with Senzo.
Yeah.
Madlala said that Meyiwa was scouted by Orlando Pirates FC in Umlazi D section. I used to visit him a lot here in Gauteng, Madlala explained.
Yeah.
And on Meyiwa's football prowess, Madlala says Meyiwa was a fortunate person whose things were always on track. He respected his job.
Yeah.
Madlala recounts that he called Meyiwa often, even when Meyiwa had a bad game. Madlala would call and give him some advice. Before Madlala speaks on the night of Meyiwa, Judge Maumela calls for tea.
Yeah.
So this was tea time now. I'll start in, okay. It was tea time. So the post-lunch sitting began with Advocate Baloyi, the prosecutor, saying that the three media houses banned have met the court manager, who said SABC, ENCA, Newsroom Africa had apologized for their reprehensible behavior. They had been given a final warning.
Here's a Cressida. Are you listening?
Uzwile nkosi yami.
Akusebenze lokho. It must work that
Uzwile
way.
nkosi yami, even on Twitter they're eating her alive. Uzwile.
All of them, even that friend who called Zandi to have a cruise.
Is it nonsikelelo? Kana konje bani?
Nonsikelelo and whatsoever, that one of dreads, or I don't know what that thing is, that is in there. That one is clearly I don't know, she looks to me like a friend or something.
You are not okay with that Zandi Tumelo interview.
I'm not okay. That one, that interview. It sounded like cleansing.
That's story time.
It sounded like cleansing. When you interview someone about serious matters like this, we need you to probe on that thing. Yeah. If you're not going to do that, don't even call that interview.
Yeah, don't.
Sounded like a cleansing. or some documentary or something that maybe continuation of Netflix.
All right. The three media houses have been banned for the day, and that the footage captured of Tumelo Madlala, Senzo Meyiwa's best friend, in the interviews with him should be destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the footage actually was taken out by the media house that I saw.
Yeah.
They took it out. They deleted it. So when I went back, I couldn't find it anymore.
Yeah.
So Judge Maumela thanked the legal team for resolving their matter. Advocate Baloyi continued asking questions about Meyiwa's position, and Madlala said his friend started out as a striker but ended up as a goalkeeper for both Orlando Pirates and Bafana Bafana, the national football team.
Yeah.
Baloyi now asked Madlala about the night of Meyiwa's death on October 2014. Madlala, who was in the house when Meyiwa passed on, said that Meyiwa fetched him from N3 off-ramp near Veiws in Ekurhuleni.
Yeah.
Now, this is what he said. As I've mentioned, I used to visit Senzo here in Johannesburg, and he called me to come visit him.
Yeah.
Madlala testified.
Yeah.
So when Senzo called me, he wanted to know whether Kelly Khumalo had already deposited money for me. Madlala continued. Kelly was his girlfriend, Senzo's girlfriend,
Yeah.
the mother of his child,
Yeah.
Madlala says. Adding that Meyiwa asked him about the money deposit on the Saturday before the footballer was taken out. Madlala says he told Meyiwa that Kelly hadn't deposited the money yet. When Senzo dropped the call, he informed me that he was going to contact Kelly. That's when I received the notification that the money was deposited.
Yeah.
So, because it was already in the evening, I informed Senzo that I would come the next day on Sunday because I was with someone in the house. Madlala testified, saying his cousin took him to the depot for him to travel to Johannesburg. On that day, Sunday the 26th of October 2014, Senzo told me to get off at Veiws. And I didn't know where that was, Madlala adds, saying Meyiwa picked him up at the robots near the off-ramp.
Yeah.
Madlala estimates that he was picked up at around 5 p.m. I waited for a little while, and then Senzo's car appeared. There were 4 of them in the vehicle.
Yeah.
The vehicle was a BMW X6, the last car he bought.
Yeah.
Senzo was driving. Next to him was Kelly. At the back was Zandi Khumalo and Mtogo Twala.
Yeah.
Madlala said. Madlala says Mtogo Twala was both Senzo and his mutual friend.
Okay.
But Mtogo is also cousins with Senzo's wife, Mandisa, Madlala adds. From there, at the robots, we drove to a place that sells liquor, Madlala says, adding that he didn't know where the final destination was.
Yeah.
Once we were there at the liquor place, Senzo looked for money and realized that he had none.
Yeah.
Once we were there at the liquor, he had none.
Yeah.
And then he inquired if someone had money with them and he would replace it.
Yeah.
It turns out that Zandi Khumalo had money and she took out 400 rands.
Yeah.
Madlala says alcohol was bought and that Kelly Khumalo told Senzo not to enter the bottle store.
Yeah.
While Zandi and Mtogo were inside, Senzo requested that I take pictures of him. Kelly ended up taking the pictures of Senzo,
Yeah.
added Madlala.
Yeah.
From there, we proceeded to a house where I was informed that was Kelly's home. Describing the house, Madlala says it was a face brick house.
Yeah.
It has a yard, but it doesn't have a gate.
A spaza shop. Okay.
Advocate Baloyi asked for a photo to be beamed for Madlala. Baloyi wants the witness to identify the Khumalo family home from the picture.
Yeah.
Madlala confirmed that the house he is being shown is the Khumalo family home, where Meyiwa was fatally shot.
Yeah.
Another picture is beamed of the house,
Yeah.
this time showing the front part with no gate,
Yeah.
and Senzo's BMW X6 outside.
Yeah.
So Madlala said he's not sure what time all 5 of them got to the Tumelo family home, but that it was in the evening. When we got there, we went to sit in the dining room and Kelly's mother was introduced by Senzo. Madlala adds, Senzo informed me that Makumalo was his girlfriend's mother and that she was the one who was looking after his baby, Tingo. Madlala testified. We sat there in the living room and we drank alcohol. Okay. Whilst we were drinking, food was being prepared, Madlala said. Yeah. On what other substances were being consumed, Madlala said there was none. We were watching football, Chelsea versus Man United, he added.
Yeah.
After a while, a mail arrived at the house. As time went on, Senzo told me who that gentleman was. His name was Longethwala.
Yeah.
We didn't speak much with this gentleman, Longwe. He was speaking with Zandi Kumal, Madlala said. They also prepared food for him, Longwe, because he arrived late and he also ate, Madlala adds. Baloyi showed pictures of the living room and asked how they were seated.
Yeah.
From left to right, it was Makumalo, Zandi, and Longwe on one couch.
Yeah.
The other couch was him, Mtogo, and Senzo.
Yeah.
Next to Senzo was Kelly.
Yeah.
But Kelly was moving around. She was sitting at one place, Madlala says, explaining Kelly's movements. He says Kelly said everywhere, including on the floor.
Yeah.
Because we were drinking inside, I'm also someone who smokes cigarettes. Myself and Togo went outside, but I'm the one who went to smoke. Madlala says, adding that the two stood outside of the yard for them to be able to smoke.
Yeah.
So they stood outside of the yard in the wall. After I smoked, I wanted to go in, but Mtogo said I should wait outside because he doesn't want me to go inside smelling of cigarettes.
Okay.
Madlala said at that moment, Madlala asked for a 5 minutes comfort break. He seemed very emotional.
Okay. Madlala, we're not going to finish him. But I don't want you to lose the tracks.
Unfortunately,
Your
Tumelo was not well.
Can I remind people to smash that like button?
Smash the like button, guys. I know this seems like I'm not going to finish, but I promise I'm going to finish. This is important to narrate it to you.
Yeah. So,
because there are some parts we're going to pick out.
So,
questions.
Because I don't want to lose track, you have touched the place where I wanted to go to.
Okay. Ngena khona.
I'm going to portray Exhibit D of public opinion.
What's Exhibit D?
Exhibit D is a Netflix voice. That as I'm busy with it, it's a Netflix voice that comes from the documentary.
All right.
Yeah, it comes from the documentary. It says resume here. So while you're smashing that like button, guys, I'm going to start.
Okay, start.
I'm
You've
going
been
to start.
itching for
I'm
so
going
long.
to start. This is Exhibit D of Netflix. Yeah, this is where we got it on episode 1. I want you to listen to this.
Came to pick Zandi up, but then Zandi told me, no, the mother has cooked some Sunday lunch. I loved Zandi at the time, I wanted also a good reputation towards the mother and everything. So, I stayed.
Something to 9, I think. Something to 9.
Hold that. Something to 9. Something to 9. Something to 9. This thing happened. Something to 9. Something to 9. Okay. Hold that again. We were watching soccer because we were watching soccer.
I think we was like came Chelsea Manchester. And then
True to his word, that day, the game that was playing, it was Man United as the host to Chelsea. And then listen, for football lovers, the man who scored the first goal on the 58th minute, it was Didier Drogba, the guy from Cote d'Ivoire.
Okay.
And then, as time proceeds,
All right.
Ivanovic, the guy from Serbia, who was also playing for Chelsea. I don't remember if it was number 2 or number 3. He was a defender though. He got a red card on an added time, 93 minutes. And then this led to Robin van Persie, who's from Netherlands, who was playing for Man United at the time, a very huge striker, same level as Didier Drogba and Thierry Henry. He scored. Then it was 1-1. The game finished. Full time. Now, my lord, can I show you Exhibit G?
Exhibit G.
Exhibit G is coming from archives of Sky Sport.
Archives of Sky Sport.
They have a game there.
All right.
It is written
All right.
full time, Man United versus Chelsea, Premier League, 4 p.m. Sunday, 26 October 2014, Old Trafford. That is a stadium of Man United. Attendance was 75,327. Score is 1-1. Here is a red card of Ivanovic. Here's Didier Drogba scoring a goal in 53 minutes. Chelsea leading. Here's Robin van Persie on 94 extra time. The game finished on the 96th. So that means as you can hear, I will continue to exhibit
Something
D.
tonight. By the way, I remember.
Wait.
This pool, hallelujah.
So they were drinking. They were watching. So that's what it's saying here. They were watching soccer. That is something that is happening continuously. So that means you are still watching soccer. Right?
Yes.
Do you remember when Mr. Nanuma said this could have been something that happened earlier than that, which is around 6 or so?
You did.
You're right?
Yes.
So
You did.
how
You estimated 6.
how the time pushed to something to 9, the watching soccer, because when
game, 4
when you
PM.
listen to this, it's like the game was playing around 7 to 8.
Yes, at night.
Those last games of Premier League. No, this game finished
Played
at 4 p.m.
It finished at 4.
Yes,
It
that's-
even finished at 4
that
p.m.
this is a game report from Sky Sport.
Doesn't it differ with time zones?
Time zones altered.
They are the way Sky Sport reports it is South African time.
Time zone altered.
I don't even think that I was gonna pick that up.
So, guys, I did talk about time. And I did talk about talking a lot of things when you're testifying,
Mr. Nwanema.
because you end up showing the other things that can be researched. A game of Man United and Chelsea could be researched. It's not a problem. Can research that game. So now, this is something, and looking at South African time, it was heading to summer, October, meaning the sun takes a while before it goes down.
Around 7 p.m.
Around 6, 7-ish, right?
Past 6 to 7, actually, it's when it
Even
gets dark.
today, my solar was still charging. At 6, I checked time, 6 o'clock, it was still using the sun, even today. That tells you something. The time was altered. This is according to me.
In Mr. Anonymous's opinion.
My opinion and my own research. Obviously, they can use it because they need to ask him and probe on that. This guy went on record with Netflix, recorded this thing in a relaxed environment where there was no Cresil down in Zalda.
Cresil. Like there's no 15,000 questions and camera. Well, there was a camera, but he was comfortable.
It was his story.
Yeah, it was his story to tell. It was his story to tell. And he put it on the table and he said something tonight.
So the time, I would have dwelled on that. I would need to understand. Indeed, as you said on Netflix, you were watching the game, Mr. Tumelo Madlala. Was it a halftime? Second half? What was it?
What was
when
the
these
score?
people entered the house with the
Can
head.
you remember the
And
score by any
in his
chance?
explanation here, he's speaking about this person as a one person. He got in with a gun. But it's okay. That is my exhibit D and G. And it's something that you need to look at. How credible is that man?
Yo.
How credible is that man? That's what you need to ask yourself. Well, let us let you smash that button. Because you cannot lie about soccer to soccer fans. We support these things. I watch these things I remember that game, I watched it.
You watched the game?
Obvious.
So do you remember whether it was at 4 or whether was it during the day or was it at night?
We had a TV address. We were watching that game. And it was during the day. It was during the day.
It was during the day. Do you remember if you went home or you went to your room at night to sleep? And what time maybe you made it to your room? Was it 9 or something to 9? There was no game playing.
Obvious, when we had the news from the media, it was around 8, 9-ish or so. When we had, I couldn't believe it. But yes, the game was earlier.
Unfortunately, Tumelo was still not well, so the hour-long lunch break was taken. And at the start of the next post-lunch sitting, but it was post-lunch sitting. This is what was starting to now unravel. The post-lunch sitting began with Advocate Baloyi, the prosecutor, still questioning the state third witness Tumelo Madlala before lunch was about to testify on the moments leading up to
So Moyo
Meyiwa.
is saying here, it's an hour difference, even if that is the case.
It was still during the day.
Even if that is the case, but look, normally when they report these games, they report them according, like now.
Yeah, they do it for the fans, right?
Let me say this. Like now, I'm going to watch Barcelona. What did I check? Sky Sport. When is it playing? It's playing at 9 against Bayern Munich.
So what is the time on Sky Sport?
It is that time.
It is 9.
Yes.
They didn't give you the time of Barcelona.
No, it is that time. But
and remembering from some of the guys that used to watch soccer while I was still a student myself, they would get the time as it is. I remember there was at some point I was asked to check.
Yeah.
It was the time, South African time already converted. I'll be like, oh, it's playing at 2 or it's playing at whatnot.
Yeah.
That's the time I'd be giving. I don't remember having to calculate or translate or Google what time conversion. No. When the publication comes to us, it already comes with the time, the proper time that's going to play with on the TV. Correct us if we're wrong, but now that's what I remember. So if you are saying...
So in this case, just to make it easy, you are right, Moy.
Okay.
Very right. Sky Sport is one hour behind.
Oh, so it's 1 hour behind.
1 hour behind.
Okay.
I mean, we are
1 hour ahead.
1 hour ahead. That is true. That is correct. The 6 that I'm talking about, I still stand with it.
The 6.
The 6 that I'm talking about.
Because if it's 1
Because
hour
that means
behind,
that game finished at 5 o'clock.
So you were given the hour 4 p.m. So if it's we are 1 hour ahead, it means 5
5
p.m.
o'clock, it was done. Yes.
The game was done.
Yes.
That's still bright. That's still, the sun is still up. There's no darkness.
Yes.
Yo. So Baloyi pulled up the sketch plan of the living room in Khumalo's family home, asking Madlala to identify it. Madlala identified the TV and showed the court where he, Senzo, Zandi Khumalo, Mtogo, Twala, and Ma Khumalo and Kelly Khumalo were seated. The interpreter was now translating where Madlala was pointing out, and this followed the request by advocate Zandile Mshololo for the 5th accused, Fisokuhle Ntuli. The interpreter translated pointing in order for the court record to capture the testimony. So Madlala also mentioned that Longwe Twala, son of renowned music producer Silochiko Twala, was seated next to Zandi Khumalo, who is Kelly Khumalo's younger sister. Madlala said that he was seated on the opposite couch facing Makhumalo. On the couch he was seated at, Madlala says Senzo and Mtogo Twala were with him. Senzo was sitting directly opposite Longwe Twala, Madlala added. And Baloyi again pulled up pictures of the Khumalo family home, asking Madlala to show where he and Mtogo were standing when Madlala was smoking outside the yard. He said that I was standing next to the wall with no gate. Madlala said, adding that Meyiwa did not come outside while he was smoking. We did not go inside the house because Mtogo said don't go inside the house while you still smell of cigarettes, Madlala said. He also said that there is a water tap right next to the kitchen door. He washed his hands, cleaned his mouth with water. That's when Senzo came out and stood in front of the kitchen door, Madlala testified. We were standing there and having a conversation. Senzo said when he goes back to Durban, he would want to buy everything for his family. Then Senzo said he would spend 10,000 rands to book a hotel for himself and Kelly.
Does that sound correct?
First he said he would book this 10,000 rand for his family, and then he changed and said for himself and Kelly.
This is so that, for me, this is so that Kelly looks like this whole thing was in good condition. It was moving. They were in love, deeply in love. You know, let us just haul in some hotel vacation
He
that was
sure
pending
does
there.
include Kelly a lot.
Exactly.
Whilst we were having that conversation, Kelly appeared and asked if we were planning to leave.
Why do you need
already.
to keep on bringing Kelly on everything as if you are saying something like talk about you? What happened? Tell us what happened. If you're going to talk about people, mention all the movements there.
Yes.
Don't keep on telling us about Kelly this, Kelly that, Kelly was cooking, Kelly and the mother was cooking, Zandi, Kelly. But mostly it's Kelly.
I'm hearing a lot of Kelly here.
Because
and already I'm troubled.
Continue, Emil. Continue.
At the time, there were calls that Senzo was receiving, but I didn't know who he was talking to.
Now, keep that in mind. This is so that it sort of aligns with what he said. I can believe if they say Mandisa was calling. Do you understand? I can believe if they say this is his words from Exhibit D, which is Netflix, for those who do not know.
You came through with the Netflix receipts.
Yeah, he said, I can believe if they say Mandisa was calling as she was waiting for Senzo. Okay.
Today he doesn't mention who was calling. He didn't know who he was talking to.
Let us continue.
Thereafter, we went back into the dining room. Okay, Madlala said Senzo and Kelly left the house, but says he is not sure about the time because he did not notice the time. We were still in the dining room. I think Kelly's mother had the flu and they went to go buy her something for the flu.
Yeah.
Madlala said.
News story.
Thereafter, Madlala adds that he says someone came in via the gap between the kitchen and the living room in open plan area and stood there watching them. So here's my problem. When did Senzo and Kelly come back?
The scrambled eggs. Nothing said about them. But continue.
So this man stands.
It gets more interesting.
Okay.
Continue.
The person who came in was carrying a firearm and he had dreadlocks. This person was wearing a jacket. I don't know whether it was caramel or brown.
Yeah.
Madlala testified, adding that the intruder was wearing a checkered hat. The person was short and had big eyes.
Isn't that sort of aligning with the light accused number 4, whom they said he had dreads? It sounded like he was explaining it.
But then here's the weird part. In the documentary, the guy with the dreads was tall and slender.
Exactly.
That's the weird part.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what I can recall. That person did not say a lot. The person didn't say a lot of things. He required phones from us and money. He was speaking in isiZulu.
He has left the part where he said he couldn't believe that this guy was really here to do something wrong. This is in Exhibit D, which is Netflix.
The documentary. He couldn't believe. He thought he was joking.
He
Isn't
thought
that
he was
what he's
joking.
saying?
Yes.
He thought he was joking.
Yes, I thought he was joking.
He didn't think he was serious.
Yes. I don't understand why he left all those things.
So as Chico's son was sitting on the couch without anyone expecting it, Longwe pushed that guy and went outside the house. Madlala said. Madlala adds that when Longwe bolted out of the house, everyone got up and Kelly ran to one of the bedrooms. When I got up, I saw a second guy in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because Senzo was holding this guy's right hand and pressing him against the wall. Madlala continued.
A hero. Yeah.
So he was pressing him in that kitchen, in that smallanyana kitchen.
Yeah, he was pressing him against the door.
Kitchen or against the door.
It was against the door.
It was against the door.
Look at where this is going.
Okay.
That's where the door was shut. But continue.
Okay, so as I saw Senzo standing there, my intention was to go out because the kitchen door was right there. When I got to the kitchen, I hit the intruder with a fist on the face.
Oh, what a hero.
Thereafter, a shot went off.
Okay, yeah?
The one that came in first was being assaulted by Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly's mother and Zandi, because I think Zandi was carrying my crutches.
Yeah.
Madlala said.
Okay. Now, listen to this. This guy is limping. Guess what? Without his crutches, he ran.
What's his bagel?
He ran after that bagel to the bedroom. He ran.
Without his crutches?
Without his crutches. 2 crutches, right?
Yeah.
What I saw on the video. It was 2.
It was 2 crutches.
It was 2 crutches.
Exhibit H of Netflix documentary. It was 2 crutches.
Yes.
I was on crutches at the time, Madlala adds, saying his right foot was injured. He said there was a casing on the right foot, right? Madlala, after Baloi shows him the sketch plan of the inside of the house, showed the court that he alleged the first intruder was being beaten by the Kumalo women, Kelly, Zandi, and Makumalo, by the kitchen. Madlala says he knows the women were fighting the alleged intruder in the kitchen because drawers with spoons were making sounds. Gidli, 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 right? After the firearm went off, because the kitchen was small, it was like my ears couldn't hear anything. That's when I ran to the bedroom. Madlala testified.
Yeah.
I think the sound of the gun was from the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because it was a loud noise that blocked my ears.
Yeah.
When I ran into that bedroom, there was a bed. There were some clothes and blankets on the bed, and that's where I hid my phone.
Oh, he hid
Madlala
his phone.
adds.
He hid his phone.
Baloyi pulls up a picture of the bedroom that Madlala says he ran into. The bedroom had a double bed with red and white bedding on it, lot of heart patterns and heart-shaped continental
Not
pillow.
forgetting the mistake that the NPA did of showing exhibits that still that are not sewn
Exactly.
in, that are not sort of approved by the witnesses as yet, and it was a mistake. Well, we overlook it. It's okay.
I don't know whether other people ran, because when the firearm went off, I ran from the kitchen to the bedroom, Madlala testified. He now shows the court that Meyiwa had allegedly grabbed the intruder in the small area between the door and the countertop. Titi Tobani, attorney for the first 4 accused, objects to the showing of the kitchen picture to Madlala, saying the state hasn't admitted those pictures into evidence, and the officer who took the pictures has not been called. Colonel Muhlahlo took the pictures.
Yeah.
So this is the colonel who has not yet been called to be a witness, and yet already they're taking the photo album that he put together and they're putting it into exhibit.
Nice mistakes to keep so that the next person can see what is happening, right? Yeah, it's a very nice mistake.
Baloyi says if necessary, the state will call the witness and ask for the pictures to be provisionally accepted into evidence. Judge Maumela grants Baloyi requests. Baloyi now shows the pictures of the kitchen door, and Madlala says Senzo was pinning the tall intruder on the right-hand side of the door as you enter. When in the bedroom, I was pressing against the door because I had fear that the intruder would come into the bedroom. Madlala says, adding that he could not hear the other people who were in the house speaking. So he adds that he couldn't open the bedroom door from the inside, and that Mtogo opened from the outside using a spoon.
Yeah.
As I came out, I couldn't hear everyone calling out Senzo's name.
Yeah.
When I went straight to the dining room, I found Senzo laying next to where Kelly's mother was seated, next to the couch and the TV stand. Madlala testified. He began crying, saying he is unable to continue. He said he's able to continue testifying, because I remember the interpreter asking him, and he was like, no, I'm fine, we can continue. As he points out that place between the TV stand and the couch from a picture beamed by Baloyi. You know, when I looked at that space, it looked very tiny. It looked very small. And I wondered if Senzo actually fit there.
Well, anything can happen in the midst of the gunshot. I mean, people were able to run without their crushes, and they were able to stand up and really give a guy one fist. I don't know if that guy was knocked out or what, but things can happen. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen. Yeah.
As Chico's son was sitting on the couch without anyone expecting it, Longwe pushed that guy and went outside the house. Madlala said he added that
I like
Longwe...
the way he keeps on mentioning as Chico's son.
Chico's son.
It's like he's praising Chico. Like I know Chico's son. Chico is my friend. We are same age as Chico's son. You know, for someone who's Zulu and respect elders, it's very, very scary that
he's too familiar.
You are too familiar with an old man whom you can actually be the same age as the son, maybe. Well, we don't know.
Madlala adds that when Longwe bolted out of the house, everyone got up and Kelly ran into one of the bedrooms.
Yeah.
When I got up, I saw a second guy in the kitchen because Senzo was holding this guy's right hand and pressing him against the wall. Madlala continued. And as I saw Senzo standing there, my intention was to go out because the kitchen door was right there. When I got to the kitchen, I hit the intruder with a fist. Okay, I think I read this part already.
Yeah,
what
you
is
like
happening?
it. He hits it.
It's important.
He's a hard hitter. This one. He's a hard hitter.
That's what is very important.
Not only that, he can actually recover very quick and run.
Okay, so Badlala says that he knows that the women were fighting the intruder in the kitchen because the drawers. Okay, I've already. What is going on with my notes? I think the sound of the gun was from the kitchen. Okay, I think that's it.
Yeah,
Can we take a break?
Yeah, we can take a break. While people are smashing that like button, right?
Yeah, please press the like button,
Smash
you guys.
that like button.
Press the like button and let us know what you think on the chat.
Even Mr. Afro cannot keep us out of the court. We'll use other means. We will reach.
Yeah. Shout out to the journalists.
And by the way, shout out to everyone. We have 600, the highest number of the viewers watching us right now. Can you smash that like button? Can you subscribe? Can you turn that 600 to subscribers? It will be very, very interesting considering that we started at around 6, right?
Yes.
It was around that time, right?
Yes.
Around 6. The
Around
same time as soccer.
6 p.m.
Yeah. I believe him, by the way, in saying that the game was still playing. I believe him in that direction. I'm not against that. But what I'm against is the evidence therefore that comes after. Because if you say you were watching soccer, then say you were watching soccer. And then these people came in. That's good. It's all right. Let us dwell on that. You keep us entertained. Let us listen to you. Now and then you fafange nyembezi with water and salt, to make it very interesting. Like to make it sound, and it's easy actually to generate tears if you are portraying a wrong narrative on behalf of, and we are not helping in the sense when it comes to your friend. Maybe it's much more easy. That guilt you can generate. You can just generate those tears easily. Allegedly,
guilt activates
tears. That's how it is. People who know tears like us, even my advice to Mshololo and Titi, when this man decides to cry tomorrow, don't even stop. More on those tears until they become sweet sugar and water. More on those tears. We want the truth.
He was crying at the documentary.
No, they must more on those tears.
He's crying now. We are close to 8 years.
Do not be swayed by those tears. More on them, on top of them. More. Because once you give them that time of tears, they come back changed. We saw that with Mteto.
Yeah, Mteto came back with a totally different story.
More on those tears. Don't even try to think that you are a reasonable person here. More on those tears. We want to hear what happened in that house. We will wipe the tears after we know what happened.
What happened when the truth is out.
Move on those tears. We understand. I wail pants. The truth will be reached.
Revealed.
As long as the man cried there, the truth is coming. That means until let's city I wail pants. They are falling to something, and they are planting that thing. These trees, they need soil and water. Soil is very good actually. So we need soil to give it taste. So the kids are gonna get this taste, but more on those tears. Don't even be swayed by those tears.
On the tears.
Smash that like button, guys.
Questions.
Subscribe and become a member if you can. You can also gift us. I mean, we need. I needed to run to go to that court because.
After they said they were banned, I was
people were missing the plot there. I wanted to excuse myself from work and be like, hey, I'm sick, and then just move there.
Quickly run to the high court,
and then go with my recorder there.
Put it in somewhere,
and go in.
Hey, we were missing out there.
But don't worry, we got the sources.
Shout out to all the journalists on Twitter. There's so many of them.
And then there was John Clark who tried with
the YouTube
that,
and they were like, no, switch it off. Someone came and whispered.
Apparently it's that guy who's an interpreter, allegedly who spied on him. That interpreter, that interpreter, I think he missed his calling. He wants to be a lawyer. He was telling this guy, don't be in a rush, I don't disturb you and all that. Flexing. I'm like, hey, one. Who is this one now? Who is this one now? He's not even
interpreter.
He's not even going through the judge.
Yazi samxolela ngamakani namabhodlela kanti nje Mr. Interpreter.
Interpreter, but Pasopo interpreter.
Spy.
Is there as a judge, a court, everything. Allegedly.
Titi Tobani, attorney for the 4 accused, objected to the show of the kitchen picture to Madlala, saying the state hasn't admitted those pictures into evidence.
Yeah.
And the officer who took the pictures is not being called.
Yeah.
Colonel Mhlahlo took the pictures.
Yeah.
Baloyi said if necessary, the state will call the witness and ask for the pictures to be provisionally accepted into evidence. Judge Maumela granted Baloyi's request. Baloyi now showed the pictures of the kitchen door, and Madlala said that Senzo was pinning the tall intruder on the right-hand side of the door as they entered.
The fact that who's this guy? Said no, the Tumelo. He said that okay, I thought they were joking. That thing is not sitting well with me. It must be that someone for you to say that someone is joking, really, and you keep on emphasizing on that, it must be that it's someone you really knew. Someone that you thought he was with you guys. And then all of a sudden something changed. All this Superman jumping to the door against someone who's got a gun, running out, disappearing from the thin air. This guy does not come back. There is no way where he says, I came back. No. After that exit of the feast and all that, it disappeared according to the information that we have. There's nothing so far. Even Netflix is saying went out looking for help, and then his phone was in his pocket, and then his phone was in the house. All
I
these
couldn't
things.
Call anyone because my phone was in the house.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Lot of contradictions, right? Lot of contradictions, right?
Now he said that when he was in the bedroom, he was pressing against the door because he had the fear that the intruder would come into the bedroom.
Yeah.
Madlala said.
Sitting down. He was pressing sitting down. So imagine someone with this bag facing that side. I would assume this is me giving my narrative. Pressing with his bag, making sure that these people does not come here.
They have a gun, Konji.
Yeah.
They can also shoot.
This is after a situation they know for sure that they shot someone. This is a situation where they know for sure that they shot someone. Someone went out. They have 2 firearms. They are not going to look for these people in their houses because they have more problems, might have seen them. We are talking about people who probably, some of them are serving life sentence for such things, who have done these things several times, probably, allegedly. They leave the scene like that, fly, boom, wanting phones. No case.
And yet they left with one phone.
No case.
They left everyone else's phone.
No case where they are arrested for robbing a person a phone.
No.
It's big cases. Huge cases.
Hitman type of huge.
Allegedly. So, think about it, man. Think about it. Huh? I mean, what are you telling us? Huh? Because eventually, previously, in my thinking, this case was heading straight to Mandisa as allegedly a person who hired hitmen. This is where this case was going.
This
allegedly.
Was the design.
The design looked so polished like that. I don't know where it didn't land. I don't know. I think all this house cleaning and all that sort of messed it up.
Well, he added that he couldn't open the bedroom door from the inside and that Mtogo opened from the outside using a spoon. As I came out, I could hear everyone calling out Senzo's name. When I went straight to the dining room, I found Senzo laying next to where Kelly's mother was seated, next to the couch and the TV stand.
Yeah.
Madlala begins crying, but says he's able to continue testifying. He pointed out the place between the TV stand and the couch. I don't know if he was hiding because of the manner in which he was lying there. Madlala testified, referring to Meyiwa in a futile position.
Yeah.
He starts crying more loudly, and Baloyi asks Judge Maumela for an early adjournment. A court will adjourn again tomorrow.
Do you see why I say these tears should not sway you? They should not disturb you. They should not even convince you. Start moving on those tears, because these tears, icon, they're going to be used as a breaking adjournment. Because this guy, for me, as I'm about to end, he sounded more rehearsed.
He sounded like he was coached. There's a journalist a legal expert from UJ Law, Elton Hart. He also had the same scenario, that he sounded like he was coached.
Yes. That's why I'm worried about that Elo brain that he couldn't find. Maybe he could have been this side.
They were busy with him, cooking him for 2
He
days and 3 days.
Allegedly. Sounded too rehearsed.
He did sound too rehearsed. You're not the only one. I have trouble also believing that he didn't.
Guys, smash that like
coaching.
button.
He did.
Smash that
allegedly.
like button.
Please press the like button. Let's open the lines, guys.
We're
are
just
opening the lines.
The line. I have less than 10 minutes. I'm gonna open the lines.
Let's open the lines.
Open. Say
That's
what
a summary
you
of what
say.
happened today. Please bear with us and please give us your opinion. We'd really like to hear what you have to say about this case, because it's quite interesting. The turn of events have been quite interesting, Tumelo. And also what that legal aspect said is that the state is going to need another witness who's going to corroborate what Tumelo is saying.
If Tumelo is well rehearsed, obvious.
They need other witnesses to corroborate.
Hence, they are not going to bring everyone else. Obvious. And they cannot bring this other boy, Ulokuzan, Ubani, the other friend.
Togo.
If that friend is a cousin of Mandis, no way they are bringing him to.
I saw something very interesting regarding Togo.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should share it.
What is it?
Hey, guys. Remember the tweets from Ziligaziwa Africa when the case began?
Yeah.
He retweeted it today.
In Togo?
And I happened to come across Ziligaziwa Africa.
Okay.
The investigative journalist who was on the documentary. Mm-hmm. He posted this 12th of June, right? Mm-hmm. And in one of the tweets, he's asking questions in this series of tweets. And he says, who took Tumelo Madlala to visit Senzo's grave in the middle of the night after the Meyiwa family barred him from attending Senzo's funeral? And then with regard to Mtogo, why was Mtogo Zisi Twala kidnapped and tortured by the police? What lies they wanted him to say in his affidavit? ? I was like,
you know that man of Mzriaz, you don't take him lightly, that man. That man broke a lot of things. Para. Mzriaz is deep. Deep. Mzriaz is deep. But the questions is asking, they're very valid if indeed they happen.
Because Mtogo seems to have vanished.
He did. If I was Mandis, I would protect him with my life. And if I had money, as they say, they are well off, well, I would. Allegedly.
Guys, that's when I saw this tweet, it blew me away. I was like, this was tweeted on the 12th of June, just when the court proceedings were starting. And I remember being so afraid to talk about these tweets.
Yeah.
I was so afraid, but now I'm like, this is putting everything into perspective.
Smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button. We love you. Subscribe. We don't have that button of yellow, but let us talk about that thing.
Those are two very important questions.
Was it to apologize? If really indeed it did happen that he went to visit? Was it to apologize?
Was it to apologize?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe he couldn't protect him. I mean, that fist didn't land. If it landed, it probably...
It didn't land hard enough.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Senzo. That fist didn't land properly, my friend. You know.
So how did you feel about it when the questioning was happening? I remember having a problem with Advocate Baloyi at the beginning after they came back for lunch at around, is it 2 o'clock? And we were able to see the proceedings.
Leading.
I heard him leading.
Yeah.
Get tuck shop.
He's been leading.
What were they going to buy at the tuck shop?
He's been leading.
And I'm like, how do you know of the tuck shop?
He's been leading.
How does Advocate Baloyi know that Senzo was going to the tuck shop?
They were in a tuck shop. Why would they go out of the tuck shop, man? Maybe it's talking about that tuck shop in the house. They went to buy on the other window. That house is written.
It's written Spaza shop. That
maybe,
house.
Yeah, maybe they're talking about the same Spaza shop.
And then what about the fact that they never came back? The way Advocate Baloyi was leading, and it seemed like it was off track. He was like off ramped when Titi brought it up that no, this is leading. And then he forgot to ask when did Senzo and Kelly come back from the tuck shop.
And when all that happened, Kelly ran to the house first, right? Mm-hmm. When did he come back to fight with the mother and the sister and everyone
and tussle
as they were busy moving on that
tussling
man
in the kitchen
with that crushes, with those crushes,
with the crutches again,
as they were busy moving on that man.
How many did they have to be in that kitchen?
This man explained.
It was Senzo, Tumelo, 3.
Yeah, this man explains it properly.
Over 7 people in the kitchen. Kitchen.
No, it doesn't matter that. It can happen. We have seen in your Beni, anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
But all I'm trying to say is that where was that man? How did he move from going to check on the Senzo's baby and running away and protecting maybe the babies and all that, and then move back to fight now? Because now it's 3 people. Mandisa, even he was
not
asked.
Mandisa's not there.
I mean, Zandi, excuse me.
Mandisa's not there.
Zandi, mother, and Kelly. They were moving on this other man.
They were mooring this other man.
Allegedly.
Well,
it's not even alleged because there's an eyewitness. If you want to sue us, sue that man who's saying you were moving on that man. When did you move from your main bedroom? You even explained, saying Kelly went to the main bedroom and he came back. And then when did he come back? How? When did he get this bravery of facing now the gun now? And then all of a sudden, also on Netflix, they say, oh, I opened my arms. I thought he wanted to hug me. In a fight, someone wants to hug you.
He died in my arms.
In a fight, where there's a gunshot that has been had, someone wants to come and hug you. Oh, my goodness. I don't know, man. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Emily. How are you?
We're good, and you?
Man, the 071 doesn't go through.
Oh, the 071 doesn't go through.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. 071 is not. It's my bad. Use the WhatsApp number only.
Okay, the WhatsApp number only is the one working. We apologize for that.
I know why it's not going through, because I use this phone to go with it so that I can listen to the case. So I put my Wi-Fi SIM card on it and I remove the other one. Sorry, man.
Hopefully you heard that explanation.
Can I continue?
Yeah, you can continue. Move. You can move.
Okay, I've got a problem here with this Tumelo, Mr. Anno.
Yeah.
He said the first thing Kelly went to the bedroom.
Yeah.
But you don't see when did Kelly come out of the bedroom and beat that first suspect who was having a firearm.
Exactly.
And then the second thing here with Longwe, because I've been noting this thing. We are talking to Spoo and Jobe.
Okay.
Longwe pushed the first suspect, and then he went out.
Yeah.
Then boom, the second suspect. And then Senzo, he didn't hold the first suspect, which was holding the firearm.
Yeah.
But he went to the second one, which was not holding.
Yeah, maybe that.
I don't know why he did.
Maybe the first one was still choke slammed by Longwe's move. You know that Goldberg move with the head. If you watch SmackDown, boom, and then the other guy. I don't know how you move around and the second guy coming in, but you just become invisible and then boom, you're gone.
Then you know why they are saying that Senzo was holding that guy next to that kitchen sink?
Yeah.
Is that bullet which Tefo said it was a alleged planted bullet?
Yes.
So they are covering that guy is the one who shoot because there was that bullet which was found there, which they planted. So
Yes.
that's why they are pushing into the kitchen.
Yes. Yes.
And then the time they get, and then we don't find how a lady, Mr. Anno, how can he came out from the room when there's a firearm now which was already shot?
I don't know, man. I don't
When
know.
they came out of the room and beat the man with a firearm with a walking stick.
Yeah.
Hey,
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It
This
doesn't.
guy is lying.
hey.
It looked like that, man. It looked like rehearsed. That's for me.
I think another thing with Longwe, the reason why he's saying he can't see Longwe coming back is because it is alleged that Longwe is the one who came with the firearm. So this whole thing happened when Longwe was no longer there. That's what you want to put there.
Take him out of the scene.
He's taking out of the case.
No, thank you, man. Thank you. Spoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, this is the last caller. Hello. Yeah, can you turn down?
Sorry?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear us now? Yeah, you can shoot.
Hi, how are you?
We're good.
We're good,
but
and
we
you?
cannot. We are struggling to hear you.
There's a
Can you hear
sound
me now?
play.
You don't hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
now
hear
we
you.
can hear you. Thank you.
Yes, I had a question. My name is Tabiso.
Yes,
Hi,
yes.
Tabiso.
Yes, I don't know. Like I've been asking this question, I haven't been answered. Maybe you guys can answer me.
Okay.
I mean, there's 5 suspects here, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
2 we know they were in the house.
Yeah.
So where were the other 3?
There's a
And
car.
when Longa went,
There's a car in the
Yes.
mix. There's a
Yeah,
car
in
in
the
the mix.
documentary.
Maybe they're gonna say the other 3 were driving the car. They remained in the car. You know.
In the documentary,
Just
the last
expect-
episode,
Yes.
they were talking about how
That's a
they were
question-
in
that's a
the
question
car.
for me. If there's a car in the mix, Longa said he ran outside, and when he got to the streets, there was no one, and he couldn't call for help. That's why he couldn't find his phone. So if there's a car in the mix, like where were the other 3 when Longa ran out of the house? He went to the streets, he couldn't find help. That's my question. I don't know if you guys.
Maybe they were scouting the township, moving around.
No, but
Maybe
in
they're
the
moving around,
documentary,
Yeah.
in the documentary,
Yeah.
they said that car was parked by the danger box for hours and hours.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
well, anything can change in this testifying thing. Maybe it started moving.
Yeah. Maybe it started moving.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, if there's 3 of us and I run outside, I run free outside, I get to the streets, there's no one in the streets. As in, like, where are the other 3? That's a problem for me. Like, okay, where are the other 3? And how could they just let Longwe run around, go outside and look for his phone? It's in the pocket, now it's not in the pocket. Like, where are the other 3?
You know, like anything can happen. Like you can carry a phone and then it moves magically. It goes
It
back to
moves.
the house, and yeah, there's a lot of things that are happening. You know.
Yeah,
Yep.
and when you run outside, the car also moves. Maybe it goes to the tuck shop to
Maybe
buy a
it
cigarette
disappear.
or something.
I mean, considering that there was a second person coming as a suspect, and you still went on to push the first one, and the second one didn't see you, maybe you became invisible and all that. You know, anything is possible. So even the car,
No,
you could not see you. You
Yeah.
also could not see the car.
the,
Yeah.
the getaway car supposedly, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
very
No problem.
important
Thank you. What
car.
is your take on that?
Thank you very much, guys. We are saying goodbye now. Enjoy if you're still watching, and please smash that like button. We love you. Please subscribe, become a member of this. You can do whatever you want, but Or dislike if you don't like this. If you
Yeah,
don't
if you
believe,
don't like it, you can also dislike.
just dislike.
It
but
counts.
you are doing something. You know, you are contributing negatively, positively. It
Leave
does.
a comment. Once you are done and this live is wrapped up and you missed us, do not fret. Leave your comment. We read your comments. We read
Yes,
every
we do.
single
We
one
do.
of your comments.
Yes. And then you can pose a question. We can also debate there. Just like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.